we're going to do some notes real quickly on volume. So you need to write day 144 volume. Now I know some of the notes we're about to write you've already written down before. You still need to write them again because it's super important. Okay? Now volume equals length times width times height. Okay? And length times width equals base. So sometimes, if you want to do it quickly, base times height equals volume. Okay, now I know that was a lot of writing real quickly. You can always pause it. But if volume equals length times width times height, and base equals length times width, then if you just plug this in right here times height, you get volume. Okay? So, length equals long. Length means how long something is. Width equals wide. And height equals tall. Okay? So, that is the basic for volume. Okay? Those are all the formulas you need, and if you follow these formulas, then you got it. If you want to remember base times height equals volume, that's fine. If you just want to remember length times width times height, that's fine. Okay? So, let's do this problem here. If I have here, that's a bad drawing, sorry. Can't draw today. Okay, so if I have here 6, and we'll say this is 3, and we'll say that's 7. My length, this is how long it is, equals 6 times my width is 3, and my height is 7. Now if you want, you can say 6 times 3, or you can do 3 times 7. It doesn't matter. The order does not matter because it's because of order of operation. So 3 times 6 equals 18, and then I'm going to bring down that 7. I don't know what 7 times 18 is off the top of my head, so I'm going to do it right up here. 18 times 7. 7 times 8 equals 56. 7 times 1 equals 7 plus 5. Let's see. What's that? 12. Okay. So that means my volume be 126. And say these were all inches. So it'd be inches cubed. So that's little tiny 3. So the reason this is super important is because, and the reason why you have to multiply all 3 is 6 times 3 does in fact equal 18. But we have to multiply by 7 because 18 is our base, but 7 is our height. So we have 7 layers of 18. So that's why you can't just say 6 times 3 equals 18 and I'm done. No, you found the base. When you multiply by height, you were saying, okay, I have this many layers of the base. Okay? Or if you wanted, you could say 6 times 7, and that will get you 42. Okay? Then you're going to have 40. You have 42 as your face, is what we would call, so it'd be like the front of it. But you have 3 layers, so then it would be 42 times 3, and you still get the same thing. Okay? So that's how you do volume. I'm going to show you another way that we're going to start doing. Okay? So say we have this here. Once again, my drawing's not so great. I'm sorry. Say we had here 5 is my length, question mark here for my width, and my height equals 2. And I know this is not drawn to scale. And my volume equaled 30. So the equation looks like this. 5 times, we'll say 2 times what equals 30. Okay, so what we would do is we would say 5 times 2 equals 10. Bring down the question mark equals 30. And I would simply say 10 times what equals 30. I could recall my math facts, or this is where we're starting to get into some upper level thinking and algebra. What you would do is you would take this 10 here and you would bring it over. Because we're crossing the equals marks, the problem's going to look like this. We're moving the 10 over. Equals 30 was there. When we cross over the equal mark, we change order of operation. So now it's divided by 10. Okay? 30 divided by 10 equals what? 3. So now, if we plug 3 in, 2 times 5 equals 10, times 3 equals 30. So we're going to start where we have to find that. Okay? So, I'm going to give you 2 problems where you have to find the volume and come to class tomorrow with them. Let's see. There's one. We'll say 7 times 3 times 6. Did I already use those numbers? Man, I used the same numbers and I made those up in my head the first time. Craziness. We'll say this is, we'll say this is 16. Okay, I know that's a big number. Then the other one I want to give you is, we'll say the volume here is 12, and this is 4, and this is 1. So what is missing there? Okay? And I'll give you a challenge problem, because I'm feeling so generous right now. Making this off the top of my head. We'll say this is 4.5 times 1.25. This is going to be super challenging. And we'll say this is 6 and 2/5. Got some fractions and decimals. So come back with questions. Remember, you can always pause, rewind, watch this again. Come with questions. Thanks.